Why is it KISS in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah! Why is it KISS in the Hall of Fame?
Well, you have to remember that the Hall of Fame is made up of a boys' club in New York. Okay, it's Seymour Stein and John Landau and Jan Winter, and this is their like little club. And they would rather take an Ethiopian sax player that played on some obscure fucking record than to put KISS or Bon Jovi or most of them, you know, Rush, all the rest of them, you know, Def Leppard, any of those bands. So it's not really the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when you have Donna Summers and you have you know, Blondie makes it in, or, you know, and so you go. I'm not sure that if we got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, if we would go. You know? And last year was the first year that Bon Jovi was up. He was nominated for the award. So he calls me and he goes, "If I win, will you sit at my table?" And I said, "Sure, but you're not going to win." And he goes, "Really?" I said, "I'll get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before you do." But you can sit at my table too. But I don't think we would even go to it because it's such bullshit. You know, it's not voted by the people. It's not, you know.
How does managing KISS compare to managing the crew?
Oh, they're two separate, I mean, completely different animals. KISS is very business orientated, and Mötley was never anything but a gang that tortured people around the world. That's pretty much it. KISS comes to please people, and Mötley came to torture people. So that's really the difference. And also, I'd like to figure out next year how they can kind of mingle. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they said the same thing. You know, they said the same thing. You know, it's like, you know, they go, "Geez, I wish I," because when they were walking down the hallways, they were signing the doors and stuff like that because they were getting into this. Because you don't know what to expect. I've never been on a cruise. They've never been on a cruise. Okay, so I mean, the ones that we were involved in, you know, like Tim McGraw did a cruise. He never even got on the boat. He flew into Nassau, did a show on the beach, and then left. But then everybody was there. He never said, and I don't think that's the connection. You know what I mean? I think the connection is we got to figure out a way that they can be more transparent to everybody, and that they don't get mauled. Because I mean that's really the case. They would love to. We walked around when everybody got off the boat. And then we walked around and saw the boat because we couldn't even go out in the little hallway we had. So, so anyways, that's really and they said the same thing. They said, "Wow, I wish we could have walked around and seen some of the bands and, you know, and hung out." But it's so difficult, you know what I mean? And so I think next year we probably all have to figure out a way to where we don't maul them. You know, we don't maul them or something, and they'll be happy. You know, they'll be happy to walk around and hang out. They don't want to sit in their room. They hate that. You know. So I think if there was any part of the trip that they didn't like, it was the fact that they were held up in their room. So we'll figure it out for next year.
Amen. All right, here we go.
Done. It started out to where, you know, Ace and Peter were pretty normal, but you know, it's like, you know, I don't know how to say this. I mean this in the nicest way too. But you know, if somebody's a really, really good person, it's very hard to make them a bad person. And on the other hand, if you're a real asshole, it's very hard to make you a good person. So I think they have a lot of that. They have a lot of baggage, and as the years went on, they just got to be more impossible and more impossible. We didn't throw anybody out of the band. They quit. We didn't. And for them to quit, I have no idea why you would quit. You know, first of all, when they got there, they had 0.
Right.
Okay, and then they did really, really well for 6, 7 years, 8 years, and then they just couldn't help themselves. It was just all ego and craziness, and all of a sudden, and of course, Ace now is sober for a couple of years, which is awesome. I just talked to him last week, and Peter's a bitter guy. I don't know why, but they could still be in the band. And although I can tell you that I believe that with Eric and Tommy, it's the best Kiss I've seen. And I think it was very important for us to stay true to Kiss. You know what I mean? So even on Sonic Boom and Monster, it's just a better version of Kiss, but done in the same stylistic. We're not trying to be, Pearl Jam or any of that shit. We're Kiss. So I think that's, and Tommy's a great guitar player. And Eric, you can't find a better drummer than Eric Singer. Now if we could get the other 2 guys to play that way, it'll be fine.